Hello, this is Learn With Me Pickleball, and I'm back with another match review. This time, this is a past 4-5 tournament pool play match that I played. Let's get into this and see what I can pick apart. Okay, for this first point, um, I like that my partner is trying to be aggressive, but I think with how low this ball was coming to him, he probably wouldn't want to attack this, or if he did, he'd want to pick a shoulder versus trying to go through the middle, like hit somewhere on his body, and then definitely prep to be ready for the next shot. Um, but the guy just countered it well, so I think he probably should try to pick a better target or just not attack that ball. Okay, this is a good point for me to rewind on. So this drop is actually going to bounce pretty high, but I crashed in because I think we were one of the better teams in this 4-5 pool. I just testing out my opponents and how he's going to react to me like coming fast enough this ball. And I think me coming in kind of caused him to short hop this. But I think it would have been decently easy for him to try and just let this come higher off the bounce and step back and just kind of assess where I am and be able to hit it back to my partner. But then if he did want to short hop this ball, he's making contact with that ball like in the short hop really high, and you want to make contact with your short hops much lower to the net, much closer to the ground. And so that's why that ball popped up pretty high there. So that's some explanation of like why I was crashing in, just how he wasn't actually under that much pressure. If he would have, because the ball wasn't moving super fast and it was going to set up decently high. There, my partner was just leaning back on that drop, and he's newer to pickleball and during this tournament. What happened here? I think once this guy in the red shorts, once his partner like sped up, he should have gotten his paddle ready a little bit sooner, just to be ready for it to come back with pace. I think like the guy in the black had taken it was like a four shot, and he decided to speed it up, and that's just kind of risky when your opponents are moving in. But I think like if you or your partner speeds up, like you got to be ready to clean it up after that. Something I can point out for this team closest to me is that I think they move forward too often on high drops. So like on this shot, uh, he hits a pretty high drop to my partner here, or I guess it was a drive, and is moving forward. But my partner's hitting down on that very easily, and that's why he gets caught with the ball so close to him. Um, so either he needs to like hit that drive harder, or not hit it so high to my partner. There again, this guy in black. like he could argue it was his partner's bad drop, but I think especially at this level you have to do a good job of looking to how your partner's going to hit their third shot, assess the quality, and then move forward. Because if we watch here, his partner hits a bad drop here, but he is like way too close to the net and doesn't have the resets to be able to dig from there. So you got to be patient moving up to the kitchen. Don't be moving forward when your partner hits a high ball. High drop and I just stay back, try and reset, but um, I think I was even like a little too far in there just because that was a very high drop. Nice drive. I'm able to crash on this. Okay. You can see the kind of the shock of my face. This was one of my favorite plays of this entire tournament. Um, I'll rewind and go through what was going on in my head. So I hit a good deep serve here. Partner hits a great drive, and he's blocking this. And so because my partner had a good drive, I was looking to be aggressive. I honestly was hoping that this shot was going to be a winner because it's a good poach, but he had a good cover with his backhand. But then the ball's still sitting up high here, and I want to continue to try and dictate play. And so I can't really speed this ball up because it's decently low, but I want to move the ball around. And what I'm actually doing here, because I'm in the middle with the ball, with like an easy high ball, and they're both in the middle, I'm trying to move the ball to the outside to set up an Ernie, and he covers that one well, but he's still off balance and shifting back in. And then I'm able to get it behind him, and you can see because his head is dropped and he's like off balance, this is the perfect time for me to jump to Ernie, and I just got to crush that ball. So like my advice there is like when you do have like a good drive, shake and bake, you get like an easy ball, like don't just start dinking and like give up the fact that you're on offense. Like continue to move the dinks around with intention to try and set up an easier ball. I draw, and I think I shouldn't have been moving forward here, just to point that out. I think like I said, we're looking to be aggressive, but like this is not a good drop, and I should not have been moving forward. Like I don't know why I'm moving forward there. I think they're kind of just struggling with thirds right now. I think this match ends up getting close, so I think they probably improve on that. Here, this is a very nice drop, and so I think my partner just needs to concede and keep this out of the net. He kind of did like a little poke, but I think he would just want to like hit up on the ball and hit a dink, allowing them to come into the kitchen. But that was a good drop, and I think my partner just got caught off guard. Hmm. Something I can point out here is like I think my partner should have shifted after this ball did come over here. He shifted a little bit, but probably with his paddle as well sooner, just so he can cover that sideline easier. But that was kind of a low percentage shot that the guy in black hit, and it worked. So high drop, we stay back. Here's a good drop, we can be aggressive, and then that's just a good cross court ding from my partner and a good attack. That's a nice roll and a nice flick. Oof. I need to get a little bit more height over the net. I don't want to be playing with the net on my drives. Um, but that was a pretty short return, and I was trying to capitalize on it. Here, like kind of like our game plan of just continuing to crash and be aggressive because it's they're struggling to keep the ball away from me. Um, Easy way to get points if they can't control those force shots. I think we're switching sides at 6 something now. Yeah, they're still missing quite a few third shots. Like my partner and I we both have tennis backgrounds. I mean, obviously our opponents don't know this, but um, I think my partner, because he's fresher to pickleball, would have struggled with drops coming to him more, and I think at this point they probably should recognize that we're not being really phased by their drives, because like my partner's hitting down on that really well, and I think we've kind of showed that our hands are faster than them, and so you don't want to try and beat your opponents with pace if it's not working. You want to try and slow the ball down. It's a nice drop, nice attack. Yeah. I think big emphasis is that this opposing team is struggling right now with their thirds and their when they're coming transitioning into the kitchen, and they're also struggling with their force because like they're again like he didn't get that down super well, so I was able to stay in the point. That was a good point from them. I do want to point out that they could have been more balanced and hit like better overheads on these shots because like he was just jumping back and kind of falling back and didn't hit that one very hard, so we were able to stay in it. And then that backhand, he wants to try and snap down with his wrist more to get more power because like that ball slowed down a ton, and I'm able to drop and get us back into this point. So they kind of lost the like advantage. That ball is probably going out. Um, a tip I can give for this guy in black on this reset here. Bring it back far enough. I don't. All right. This shot right here is it's hard to tell because he's behind me, but he's lowering his paddle too late. When like they're attacking it, you just want to drop your paddle right away, especially because he's behind the baseline. Like no shots that we're hitting that he would need to bring his paddle up, like those are all going out. So I think he could have dropped his paddle sooner, and he kind of like rolled up like this to try and reset. But you really just want to come through the ball with a small swing using the pace just to block it back into the kitchen. Mm. I think this was going to be a tough. drive just because it was decently low bouncing, and so that's why it went to net. Like when it is kind of like a low freebie third shot, I have a video specifically talking about this, but you want to drop this ball instead, just because if you're trying to drive it, it's too low. It's either gonna go long or in the net. Here from my partner. This is a very good shot, and I'm jumping to try and put pressure on him, and he pulls it back cross court. I think my partner should have like recognized that his shot was good and like like crashed a lot tighter on the guy in black over there. But that's a tough shot that he ended up hitting to him. And then it's neutral here. This is a tough ball behind him, and I want to point out that he gets pretty wristy and flicks this way far back cross court. So now we're on defense here. Same thing when he was kind of getting close to him. He's going back cross court. I would try and go more straight ahead, more to the middle with this. And then with this flick here, because he's hitting from low to high, he does not want to go cross court with this. And so the guy puts that away pretty easily. But I think he kind of just felt like he needed to do something aggressive because he was getting so many balls on his back left foot there. But I think because he was able to take it a volley, he would just want to hit that as a volley dink, not as an attack. Nice rolls from my partner there. That was good. I'm just trying to find moments for me to pick apart here. I don't need to review the whole match. Here, like I'm a different player now than I am when I played this tournament. So like with a tough ball like this, I'm trying to hit a drop, and you can notice it goes really high. Today I would be driving that ball to try and get a shorter ball. Nice hands. I think a little impatient for my partner again here. He did catch the guy like in a good spot, I think. But then he was still able to get the ball down, and my partner was like reaching off balance, and so that's why they were able to win that. So if you are going to attack and go for a shoulder, you have to be ready for the next shot, and you don't want to be like lunging off balance for that. So make sure you're in good balance when you're choosing to attack. Hmm. I think it is like risky to be attacking this ball cross court. And he's obviously getting really lucky and jammed there, but you want to be wary of how much you're attacking cross court because then it pretty easily went behind me here. Oh, that's a tough shot. That was a good shot from him. That's a good reset. And then they miss. Oh, I might have hit my foot. I probably should not be moving forward on this ball. I'm looking to be aggressive and um but he's it's sitting up high to his forehand and way too easy for him to go behind me there. But I think like they were hitting quite a few more of the balls to my partner here, and so I'm just getting a little impatient, trying to do too much. Okay, I'll watch these last full 3 minutes in real time here. Nice drop. Oh, I missed the reset. Nice reset. Good reset. Good reset dink. And then there was the same thing. Like I should not, just like my partner was earlier, I should not be attacking um this ball, this high volley cross court, because it's going right to his forehand. And like I was like startled there. So like I should, if I do want to do that, I need to like prep my forehand to be ready for the next shot. But I just need to be patient and do something else with that ball. I think too often we were attacking with our backhands there and just getting killed on his by his forehand. Again, impatient there. You can kind of tell in this 4 or 5 level, it's a lot of who's making the unforced errors and the bad decision making and stuff. Here I think I'm on my heels too much as he's attacking me. I think as the score gets close, I'm playing to not lose instead of playing to win, which is something you definitely want to avoid. So I think I should be trying to lean forward here more and just like swing faster through these shots. I was just kind of hesitant, just let him like continue to attack me. But like play to win, be on the front of your feet, be looking to be aggressive with those rolls on four shots. Those are good attacks from him. I think all we really could have done is just focus on getting the ball down to his feet because he was like that one was high and maybe my partner should have left it for me. But we just needed to get that down to his feet, maybe even take off some pace and focus on our location more. Oh, yeah, these are really good dinks from us on this last point. Um, Good drop. Another good dink to the middle when he was off balance there. Good job moving this one around. I get a dead dink because of it, and I'm gonna be able to get some good topspin and move them around. Now you can see how far he is outstretched over there. And then I think he even attacked that ball when he was like so far out balance there. And so yeah, I think this was a good match review, able to point out some shot selection errors and some inconsistencies, but definitely a good match, good intensity from both teams, and it was a fun one. So thanks for watching.